Now, I'm not even gonna hold you. I did not personally laugh that much while watching this. I'm sorry, I gotta be honest, I didn't. I had a few chuckles like, that's funny, that's crazy. But it wasn't like holding my stomach, bent over laughing like I was at some of his previous comedy specials. Have you watched Kevin Hart Acting My Age on Netflix? Well, I just got done watching it and there's some things that I want to talk to you about from a licensed therapist perspective. But before we do, put in the comment section, what did you think about it? I mean, it was less than an hour long and I have so much to say. At this point, I think I have seen over his whole career, all of his comedy stand-up specials. For some reason, I feel like this one was a little bit different. It felt more mature, it felt more authentic, and I didn't even realize that he was 45 years old. The title, Acting My Age, kind of fit with how I felt about how this whole special played out. One of the things that I've always appreciated about Kevin Hart was that he's real about his life experiences. Obviously, we have laughed so hard at all of the stories he's told about his past marriage and when his kids were younger and his current wife and all of those things. But giving us a glimpse and an insight into his real personal life and how he responds can be hilarious. There were so many relatable jokes about getting older. He's like, once you hit 40, once you hit 45, all I'm talking about is medication and injuries. And I'm like, I feel you. I'm not in that age bracket yet, but I'm knocking on it real quick and real soon. And so I know that it's just not the same when you get older versus how you would handle things when you're younger. Now, I believe that Kevin Hart is a really good storyteller. When I was watching this, I kept saying these stories and how he takes us on a journey and gives us description and acts it out, like that's what makes it interesting to me. Now, I'm not even gonna hold you. I did not personally laugh that much while watching this. I'm sorry, I gotta be honest, I didn't. I had a few chuckles like, that's funny, that's crazy. But it wasn't like holding my stomach, bent over laughing like I was at some of his previous comedy specials. I really think in this season and in this phase of my life and on his journey, I find his acting to be more relatable and to be more funny than his comedy. I know, sorry, just put in the comment section, what do you think? Because there's some people who think that Kevin Hart is not funny, like at all, not even a drip drop, nothing, you know? And there's other people who thinks he's freaking hilarious, right? And so there's just a phase and a change that I'm seeing with him where things are not as hilarious, but they're kind of giggly, make you want to chuckle a little bit because they're based off of real life. And it has come to my attention that only about 4 to 5% of you guys who watch my videos are subscribed to my channel, and we gotta get that number way up. So if you are rocking with me, enjoying this video or any of my other ones, it would mean the world to me if you hit that notification button and hit the subscribe button, because it does help me to create content like this for you every single week. Now let's get back to it. I just knew that some of the stories that he told in here was embellished, especially that gorilla story. I was like, sir, y'all didn't do all that. You putting dubs on it for the sake of this Netflix special. Y'all did not experience all of that. But when the footage showed at the end, when the credits was rolling, and he showed us footage of him and his wife and all of the gorillas walking around, I was like, oh, my bad, this was real. Because when he always says like, true story, this is a true story, I don't be believing that it's a true story. I think him saying it's a true story is a part of the joke, but he really do. It really do be a true story. Obviously, there is a whole bunch of other moments that are a little bit more raunchy and a lot more sexual jokes and things of that nature, which is to be expected in vulgar language, which isn't necessarily my thing these days, but can lend to some good comedy and some good comedy moments. So he's just in the phase of his life where he's doing a lot. You know, it's like he got, what is it, Heartbeat Productions. He's doing all of these different podcasts. He's doing all of these different shows, networks. I mean, you name it, he's doing a whole bunch of acting and all of these things, which is super dope. I love to see someone expand their horizons and start doing more things instead of putting all their eggs in one basket. And I'm interested to see what he does next, even just outside of comedy in general. What next do you have on your plate? What else you got to do, right? And so I'm interested to see how this plays out, and even how he continues to practice and use that leg of comedy as well, because that's where his roots came from, right? And it's almost like it's interesting to see someone so big, so to speak, go back to the roots of comedy, when we see other people, not to compare, but we just saw an Eddie Murphy documentary where Eddie Murphy was like, I don't think I really want to do stand-up anymore, right? And so it's interesting how people take different paths, because it's like, you can be big, go back to your roots, or you can be big and be like, I don't want to do that no more. And neither one of them are wrong. You just do what you're supposed to do, what your heart's desire. Making people laugh is your thing. It doesn't matter which form you do it in, movies, stand-up, podcasts, whatever the case may be. The joy you get is just by putting smiles on people's faces. So thank you so much for watching another review on my channel. Please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Be blessed. Bye.